They say legends are born with silver spoons, with success passed down like family jewels. But the truth, some of the world's greatest icons weren't born with spoons, they were born with scars. They began in silence, in hunger, in rejection. They weren't invited to the table. They built their own, with sweat, grit, and fire that refused to die. This isn't just a list of celebrities, it's a map of resilience. Because before the crowns, before the cameras, before the world screamed their names, they were invisible. These are the 10 icons who rose from nothing. So let's begin with stories that aren't just about them, they're about you. Starting at number 10 is Jackie Chan. Jackie was sent to a boarding school at age 7. His parents were too poor to raise him. He trained in martial arts, often going hungry. He did dangerous stunts for pennies, broke bones, risked his life. But his grit turned him into a legend today. He's one of the most beloved action stars in history. His journey is a punch to every doubt and a kick to every fear. At number 9 is Cardi B. Cardi grew up in the Bronx, surrounded by poverty and violence. She worked as a cashier, then a dancer, just to survive, but she never stopped dreaming. Her raw honesty and unapologetic style made her a global sensation. From nothing to WAP, her journey is loud, proud, and powerful. A reminder that authenticity is its own kind of armor. At number 8 is Chris Pratt. Before Guardians of the Galaxy, Chris was homeless in Maui, Hawaii. He lived in a van and worked as a waiter. One day, a director spotted him and offered him a role. That moment changed everything. From then life to Marvel fame, his journey is pure cinematic magic. His story is a reminder that sometimes the universe whispers, and if you're brave enough to listen, it roars. At number 7 is J.K. Rowling. Rowling was a single mother on welfare, battling depression, and writing in coffee shops because she couldn't afford heating. Her manuscript was rejected 12 times, but she believed in her story. Today, Harry Potter is a billion-dollar universe and she's its creator. Her journey is magical not because of wands and spells, but because of courage. The kind that writes through tears, the kind that never gives up. At number 6 is Shah Rukh Khan. SRK lost both his parents young. He had no money, no connections, just dreams. He slept on benches, borrowed clothes, and auditioned relentlessly. His first paycheck was just 50, but he never stopped believing. Today, Shah Rukh Khan isn't just a superstar. He's a brand, a legacy, a global phenomenon. His journey from Delhi's streets to Dubai's skyscrapers is a cinematic saga, one that proves that kings aren't born, they're made. At number 5 is Halle Berry. When Halle moved to New York to chase her acting dreams, she ran out of money and lived in a homeless shelter. Her mother refused to bail her out, not out of cruelty, but to teach her strength. That strength led her to an Oscar, making her the first Black woman to win Best Actress. Her journey is raw, real, and radiant. From sleeping in shelters to shining on stage, Halle's story is a beacon for every woman who's ever been told you can't. At number 4 is Jim Carrey. Jim's family lost their home when he was a teenager. They lived in a van. He worked as a janitor to support them, but every night, he'd visualize success. He even wrote himself a $10 million check for acting services rendered. Years later, he cashed it after Dumb and Dumber. Jim's comedy is wild, but his journey is deeply human. Behind every laugh is a layer of pain and perseverance. From homelessness to Hollywood royalty, Jim's story is a reminder that dreams don't need addresses. They just need belief. At number 3 is Priyanka Chopra. Priyanka's early life was a whirlwind. Her family moved often from India to the US and back. She faced racism, bullying, and financial instability. But she didn't break. She bloomed. At 18, she won Miss World. Then came Bollywood. Then came Hollywood. Today, she's not just an actress, she's a producer, activist, and author. She's married to Nick Jonas, but her real love story is with resilience. Her journey is a masterclass in reinvention, in owning your story, in turning pain into power. At number 2 is Leonardo DiCaprio. Before Titanic, Leo lived in a rough neighborhood in East Hollywood. Drugs, violence, and poverty surrounded him. His single mother worked multiple jobs while he auditioned endlessly. He was rejected again and again, but he kept going. His breakout role in What's Eating Gilbert Grape earned him an Oscar nomination. Then came Titanic, then came global fame. But Leo never forgot where he came from. He's now a passionate environmentalist, using his platform to protect the planet. From broken streets to billion-dollar blockbusters, Leo's journey is proof that talent, when paired with tenacity, can rewrite destiny. Finally, at number 1 is Oprah Winfrey. Born in rural Mississippi, Oprah's childhood was marked by poverty so severe, she wore potato sacks as dresses. Her family couldn't afford clothes. She was abused, neglected, and shuffled between homes. At 14, she ran away. At 19, she got her first job in radio. And from there, she climbed not just into television, but into history. Today, Oprah isn't just a billionaire. She's a symbol of transformation, of healing, of hope. Her story reminds us, even the deepest scars can become the brightest stars. These stories aren't just about fame, they're about fire. The kind that refuses to die, even when the world turns its back. So if you're struggling, if you feel invisible, if you think your dreams are too far, remember, every icon you admire was once just a dreamer in the dark. Drop a comment below. Which story moved you the most? Share this video. Let someone else feel the spark. Subscribe for more cinematic journeys that celebrate resilience, beauty, and hope. Because the next story could be yours.